if we don't start dealing with the realities of the situation, it is a finance minister, and no, I'm here at Bokoka say. Yes. I want us all to say hands on deck. Onyami Shida, this current finance minister. Onyami Nkosuma na kukudru a obetimi dia ka no kore na waye na djuma pepepe.
Asempa F.
Onyami ndom no more ideas obetimi dia generate sika. Ama nyuma kese opeso ye ma Ghana no. Watimi ayesa nyuma ne dia ma Ghana. In fact, I am sure by the close of their first term, so Ghana phone in him.
Yes,
he will go down in history as one of Ghana's finest finance minister. You know, only short force. I have issues with some of the new money be raise back, but me give this obi. Sanke timi didi no krema ye hu say as o mine. Emma nyomamu reading of the budget here as simple as the ekokosu you are subject to say nya kasa na obeka kekene mo obeye ade na waka na awurade mo na o ma adwene ene aboafo ene sika ni panso sika be kwakosi omuso no omfa ndi dwuma esefata if set 2027 and you be close to double track there you release fund them contractor for make sure whatever you are doing to ensure that double track be end no end yes sir those people who are always a blockade to the forward march of this country we should punish them.
And I think Enra, I heard a lot of, for the want of a better expression, no, a lot of common sense ideas.
Well, you know, make a choice.
And I would stay on ABM, you know, but I would also sound a word, of course. And man, I think if you study an economic history,
maybe
let me finish this one. Who study economic history, we have to be a bit cautious on the numbers and the stability we are seeing. The reason is that anytime the IMF is in town, your numbers need looking very good. And I'll take you to under President Mills. Your longest ever single digit inflation. IMF was in town. Satana Dufour, the finance minister. And then after say exit is our program with very good numbers. In fact, in 2011, he recorded the highest ever growth. I think about 14%. Of course, largely because of oil. But IMF a free system, we messed Nioma up till 2015. Yes, I call back to IMF. You call back to IMF, Nioma EPK. I mean, you recall, say, the NPP came in 2017 and inherited an IMF program. Obekaya,
it looked good.
2017, 2018, 2019.
It looked good.
Abasoba amount for airbo Ato Forson. Omobo Kenoforia Tabi, Kenoforia Tabasosa. And when you look at the figures, I mean, IFS, Institute of Fiscal Studies, data almost share from 2017. Inflation now a 15.4 in 2016, Eteba 11.8, 2018 about 9.4, 2019 about 7.9. Osha GDP growth rate from 3.4 in 2016 about 8.1, 6.2, 6.5 in 2019. When the IMF program ended, time and MPP were at the SONO, Nioma Etigo in 2024. They left a growth rate of bare 5.7. But in between that time now, IMF a free honor, Nioma Ejigoi. And then the MPP had to run back to the IMF. Now the NDC is still under an IMF program. Next year, I think May or so, 2026, and the IMF program will be ending. And I've told people, say, because of your economic history, that is where you would be able to judge the things we will do on our own because this year's social figures now, fantastic figures. I mean, the mere fact, Cross said, because of how this administration now manage dollar and any city, also based on the non-quano, your debt stock as a country swati. Because say your loans ni be dollars mono. So why manage dollar city we any year? A mouse some a cabby crowd more home bosia. When you do that well, it helps your debt stock, which is positive. But I'm saying, say, from next year when the IMF leaves, that is where the real work for me would begin. Aban Aka said they would form some kind of a local IMF, the Fiscal Responsibility Council. Na omono oversee Nyoma Finance Minister Bank of Ghana ne Obia Ebeye. If we are able to do that and do it well, then for the first time without IMF being in town, you better not treat Nyoma. We have to be a bit.
And I thank you. Say what's update you, and I have all these things also on my mind. But I'm saying that there's a clear difference between how things are going under Eura a year. Ato Forson. You can't run away from that.
Oh, of course. I mean, the mere fact that Enra Otimi announces
you can't run away from that fact.
All primary schools, senior high schools, say school feeding. Obia Antonimo, a bro, any bibia from your kind of say Ghana, Obia import. That's a common sense policy.
The next bit is that whether capacity, because the Akufo-Addo administration, one Christmas be. They bought into that a lot
of promotion.
Yes, they bought in a short. Bobby, let's establish this fact. This finance minister, even at the finance ministry, any team on anyhow, he's even managing certain government expenditures. No cutting certain costs.
Asempa FM.
Anyhow, simplify your budget within and so I value throughout the system. Maybe see now we are Ogusu adding to the mama system now. What I could do, adding the miracle the Oko was my day. I am so hopeful, very, very hopeful that things will not fall apart. The center will keep holding, because I don't think that he wants to go down in history
as the best finance.
Some be na ho ye kwaye tumu otimi ko ball kwan tuma bibia ho anka.
Mostly and I think all finance ministers, I mean apart from a few, all finance ministers were very good intentions.
Some finance
when you take over, how you handle the because unim say keeping Nyoma tight in the last 1 year. You know the complaints from even on one colleague ministers about it. When the pressure starts next year, when the IMF that's where the real work.
Well, I respect that. Yes. I know say another text of a year how I ready so manage that first. But I can tell you, me she and put that physically. But the other time it's like in fact, just 4 days. Because it was 2 days now. According to my 400. That's how you put in the But I'm telling you today, that's a say it gives us a certain level of hope. Or some a certain level of resilience. We say Ghana na nkasa ehye ne nyoma bi ye. Enche bia Ghana na nkasa no o jira na so brane. Ama yatimi apima konka ama ya be krabewe. So, my into chairman for now.
No, I think
he's done
well.
Because what we have done to ourselves from 19 Kojo Obesine, every time you can be where they say, I can be back with that spirit. But because the moment you agree to that spirit, I'm pam. Now I'm but me person my minister say, now, Agassian or hear more diligence, tactfulness, and forthrightness of ultimate deal with the Ghanaian. Because even at this ministry, connection many doors will do.
Too much. Finance ministry.
Even at the ministry, connection many doors too much. Even at the ministry, traveling, wakati, amount for, omufafa, economy, and no kasana air ban. It's even before the Ghanaians start giving you pressure. Even at your own ministry, you call the party for who? Your ministry,
connection man,
Ansani Ako party, Ansani about Ghana.
Yes.
So he has just cleared maybe 20% of the 100% hurdle.
It's true.
Not too much hope for us to rely on. Even though Makacho say Monday at Trasia, baby, I me did say, as I saw here, express highway, no. How the funding procedures and all those things.
No, sir, and no, what him say.
No problem. We're raising so many good intents, and who funding what Nasifon may here break down.